Good morning everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 autumn fall cheapies for 2024. I wanted to make this list a little bit unique. There is going to be one that gets, actually maybe two, that gets a little bit more mentioned, but first one is actually a forgotten fragrance that I've been wearing this past week and I'm like, this is actually really good. Givenchy pour Homme. I think that this would be a great fragrance from the transition from summer to fall when it's still warm but starting to get a little bit cool. This is not going to cut through like the colder November type of days, especially if you live in Canada. This fragrance does have mandarin orange and grapefruit, which you're going to definitely get. You're going to get a little bit of that powdery violet. There's some nice fresh lavender, most certainly a nice fresh coriander to add a little bit of a spicy edge, vetiver, and definitely the cedar. This pretty much for the most part is a very woody, citrusy scent, earthy, with a little bit of powderiness and like a nice fresh lavender. This came out in 2002. I'm not sure if this is the oldest fragrance in this list. There is definitely one more, but like we do have, man, we got some older ones in this list. Totally unplanned, unscripted. But this might resonate a little bit more with someone who's older. Someone who's like maybe my age, maybe someone who's 30, 35. It doesn't smell young, it does not smell old. But I find that this is a great everyday fragrance. If you just need a few fragrances in your collection, this is a great one because this is not going to break the bank. Like none of these will break the bank. In Canadian, this is $54, but you can get a tester for like $46 Canadian, and even like even a box, like a complete presentation box and everything, it's going to cost you like $43 USD tops, which in my opinion is great bang for your buck. This does smell a little classy, a little gently, making this a very versatile fragrance. However, I think that this would be a great office fragrance. In longevity, this is going to be about 6 hours. Another fragrance that's great from the transition from summer to fall is going to be Lacoste L'Homme. This is going to be probably one of the more popular ones in this list, and it might not be all that popular to begin with nowadays. I think it came out in like 2017 or like right around there, but it had its shine. It does have notes of quince and sweet orange, so there definitely is a lot of orange or citrus in the opening. There's going to be a very sour tart rhubarb, an energizing ginger, a little bit of black pepper, a very delicious almond accord. Of course, what's going to add a little bit more deliciousness is going to be that vanilla, and there's a lot of woods and a little bit of amber towards the base. This is very mass appealing. Again, it's a great summer transition to fall fragrance, and I think that this might resonate a little bit more with the younger guys out there. I think when I talked about this one, I think it says it's like a little formal. For me, it's a little bit more casual, but you can wear this to work if you have to wear a suit and tie. I just think that this would be a great school fragrance. It's not going to break the bank. Longevity is decent, 6 to 7 hours. And I just picture that a younger person, high school, college, would probably wear this a little bit more than someone who's, let's say, my age. Fragrance number 3. This is, I kind of enjoy this one. I'm not going to deny it. This is the brand that I personally like when it comes to fashion-wise, Kenneth Cole, but RSVP. This is a pretty solid scent, and it's an older one. This is a 2007 release, and the bottle itself, I think the original bottle was a little bit more darker brown. I think it was like a burgundy brown. This is more of like a light, transparent type of brownish gray, if you will, but this is very woody. It's got some spices, but as well, it's got orchid, it's got a nice powdery iris, it's got a fresh lavender, but overall it is woody with the cedar, the sandalwood, the patchouli, and the vetiver, and a little bit of that spice is going to be pepper. Overall, I think that this is just a great everyday fragrance. An everyday man type of fragrance. I think it's a great office fragrance. I think it's a great scent for like a working man who gets his hands dirty, like a blue collar worker, a white collar worker can wear this. I just find that this might be a little bit more, I don't want to say mature, like old manish, but someone who is definitely older than like a university student would appreciate this one, but a young guy can rock this. I just find it's an everyday scent. I think that you can wear this with a suit and tie. It's not overly formal, but if you're going to like a nice dinner with your significant other, or if you're going to like a daytime semi-formal event, I think that you could rock this. Longevity is going to be about 6-7 hours tops. Number 4, this is another old scent, came out in 2008, and I think that this would be a great scent for maybe someone who's a little bit younger, but someone who's younger who has a mature outlook. Definitely has that sense of style. Dunhill London. The reason why I state that is because this is a sweet scent with the vanilla, but it does have rose. It also has other mature notes of patchouli, musk, it's got geranium, but it has some sweet notes of tonka bean and red apple along with that vanilla. The red apple is very prominent along with the vanilla and a little bit of that creamy tonka bean, but most certainly has the woods and the rose with a little bit of the geranium. So I would say if you're a little bit younger, you have to have that mature outlook. You have to be a little bit more of an older soul to pull this one off. This is for manners maketh man, for someone who is young. But I do find some of the notes of such as the rose, the geranium, and the sandalwood would resonate a little bit more with the older demographics. But just like that vanilla and the apple definitely do add that youthful touch. This is like I don't want to say a suit and tie type of fragrance, but you can wear it with a suit and tie. It's both classy but playful, casual but formal. Not overly formal, but you can wear this with a suit and tie. You could actually wear this on a nice night out. If you are a young man who's all about manners maketh man, suits and ties, all that stuff, I think that this would be a great date fragrance, whether it is with a suit and tie or just that sense of style. And last but not least, this is not my favorite one in this list, but I've stated it many times whenever I've talked about this one, that it has to make this type of video because what you're spending, you're getting tremendous bang for your buck. It's a very versatile fragrance. Unfortunately, it just does not mesh with my skin. Burberry Touch. When this touches my skin, it just doesn't smell good. This is also the oldest one in this video. This has a lot of artemisia, so making this a very herbal fragrance. The violet leaf itself does make this a very aromatic scent. There is going to be spices of nutmeg and pepper. There is going to be that cedar, but as well, a whole lot of musk. It's the musk in this that I just don't like. The violet, the artemisia, and the musk, it's the combination of the three that just don't jive well with my skin. There is a little bit of a powdery undertone. I don't know where that is. I like a little bit of a powdery scent. Just, again, this just does not work. But this does have a little bit more of a mature feel. Young people could rock it, absolutely. But I think that someone who's older would appreciate this one because, as well, it's an older fragrance. I'm sure that a lot of guys my age have grown up with this fragrance. They made it their signature scent for the last 24 years. I'm 47, so I would have been 23 back in the day. I'm sure that a lot of guys are still rocking this as their daily driver, their signature scent. It is versatile. Dressing it down, something like this, all the way to a tuxedo. In my opinion, there is class to it. There really is. Longevity, this is going to be about 6 to 7 hours. And guys, that's it for my top 5 autumn fall cheapies for 2024. Any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below. I've talked about all of these except for maybe like an individual review of this one. And most certainly, I have not talked about this one here. I will be doing this one with Chad Secrets because we're going to be talking about the Givenchy Blue Label as well in one video. What videos to watch next? Well, why don't you see years prior when it comes to top 5 cheapies? So check out right here. And if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. I thank you for my time. Take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.